In this special episode, we are speaking to Emmanuel from Zambia. We just want to learn about poultry farming in Zambia through his experience. He's a very young man and I can't wait to know more about him. Welcome to Call Me Fridaus channel.
All right, thank you.
Can you briefly tell us about yourself? Who are you?
My name is Emmanuel Mosho. I'm 18 years old. I started poultry farming after I completed high school.
When was that?
That was 2024 December. That's how I started. I had interest for poultry. That's how I started. I started 50 beds, but now I'm keeping 200 beds.
Wow, that's an interesting number. So you finished high school and immediately joined poultry farming. What inspired you to join poultry farming?
Actually, at school, I used to take agriculture. That's how I started keeping broiler chickens. At school, we used to keep chickens.
Tell us about that in details. How were you doing it?
Actually, at school in grade 10, that's how I started taking agriculture. Then there are these practical skills which they call SPS. That's how I started. How I joined that group at school. We kept a lot of chickens, including red chickens and also broiler chickens. That's how I got the interest of keeping chickens.
So how did you set up your farm at home after school? Tell us about that process.
After school, they are at home. They used to keep chicken. There are this certain poultry, but they stopped maybe 5 years ago. But the poultry was not in use. That's how I got the equipment in the poultry house. That's how I informed my parents that I should start the poultry. They told me that we don't have enough money to raise broiler chicken. So I decided to start a small business selling beans, carpenter, and other things. That's how I raised the money. I bought 5,000. Then I started keeping up 50 beds of chicken. After that, I raised enough money. Then I went to 100. Then now I'm keeping 1.
Okay, so now let's talk about your experience about poultry farming. You mentioned that you started with 50 broilers and now you are keeping 200 broilers. Let's start from this point. Why did you choose broilers? Is it something so profitable in Zambia? Is everyone keeping broilers, or there are other types of or breeds of chickens that are being raised?
Actually, here in Zambia, broiler chickens, they're very profitable. That's how I decided to keep broiler chickens, because I normally keep them for 7 weeks. Then they'll be ready to be sold.
What's the secret in raising birds from day 1 up to 7 weeks? Because for us in Uganda, we can actually even sell them at 4 weeks.
Because when you keep them for 7 weeks, they'll be big enough. Then the market will be easier for you to sell them to the people. Because people normally go for quality of the chicken.
Emmanuel, I want us to have, I'm curious, I want to know everything about what you do there. So I just want you to be, free. Feel free to tell me everything about I just want to understand the entire experience. Even when I ask a question, you can go ahead and volunteer a lot of information, For example, here someone can keep chickens for maybe 2 months, because they want to target a market and all that. Just tell me everything you, as much as you can tell me. How much does it cost someone to raise 200 broilers from day 1 up to the 7th week?
Here in Zambia, no, you can raise 200 beds from 12,000 kwacha. 12,000 kwacha, because one bag of feed of starter, here it's 647. So I normally, when I keep 200 bags, I normally buy 16 bags of feed. Then the total cost of all the feed and the chicks will go to 12,000 kwacha. That's how I let them from day 1 to the end. What normally affects me is marketing, because marketing here, there are no, in terms of development, when you go to town, you normally only 2 persons who can order from you a lot of chicks. So it depends by your quality, the quality of broilers you are selling. That's why I normally keep them for 7 weeks.
So when you raise them for 7 weeks, do you make any profit, any big profit?
Yes, I make a profit, a lot of profit.
A lot of profit. Give us the math. What happens, for example, if you're raising one chicken from day 1 up to 7 weeks, how much do you make off it as a profit?
A profit will be 80 kwacha from one chicken, 80 kwacha per bed.
Okay.
Because when I normally, because now I'm keeping 200 beds, the total cost of all the beds, the expenses will be 12,000. Then when you do some calculation, when you sell the chickens, it will go to 24,000. 24,000, which means you are going to make a profit of 12,000 again, which is double profit.
Wow,
Yes.
that's amazing. Oh, that's interesting. Do you face any challenges in the process?
Yes, I do face a lot of challenges because currently I'm using a poultry which has a lot of linkages because now it's rain season. So I normally wake up when it rains to make sure that the beds are okay. So and safety, yeah, there is a lot of safety. But when it
There is a lot of theft.
yes,
How do you handle it?
actually I normally sleep in the poultry house.
What?
Actually, where I live, a lot of people live. Now, when it comes to safety, the issue is very high because some certain people may come to have access to your pot and get some broiler chickens. But I normally sleep there, so they have noticed that now they don't come.
Would you recommend a young person to start poultry farming as a business in Zambia?
Yeah, actually, I do recommend a lot of young people to join poultry farming because it's very profitable and it can be a source of income for us young people instead of being there without being working anything.
Basing from your example, can you give us a scenario which shows that really poultry farming is something young people should be doing as a business in your country?
The best example I can give on that is that as I myself, I started with 50 beds. I only had the 5,000 kwacha when I started. After that, I progressed to 100 chicks. So I would love to recommend a lot of people because when you join poultry farming, it's very profitable and very nice business because everyone should enjoy it. As here myself, I'd say I love poultry farming because I make a lot of money through it.
How have you been able to expand from 50 birds to 200?
For example, when I kept 50 chickens, when I make a profit, I make some increment on the number of chicks when I order so that I can expand my business.
Okay.
When I started with 50, increased to 8, I got 30 on top. I added 30 to 50 again. Then after 1 month, 2 weeks, then again I order again, I make a lot of profit. Then that's how I increased. Right now, maybe next month I will go to 300 beds.
So you reinvest the profits.
I want to achieve that goal.
I understand. What are the dreams? What are the future plans for your poultry farm?
My future plans for my poultry, I want to have a big land so that I can build more poultry houses. I also want to keep goats, but due to enough space, I don't have that land.
Who is the biggest farmer in your country that you look up to and you wish you would love to be like that person?
The young farmer Amanda,
Is the biggest farmer in your country?
actually now is the popular farmer here in Zambia. Currently, I would also love to be like